Here with me is the OPPO Find X2 Pro, and this is my main daily driver, and I'm here to share my experience for using the phone in the year of 2023. This phone has been released back in 2020 and it was one of the premium top tier flagship back in the days competing with the big brands out there. However, it still stays strong in my opinion because of several reasons. Firstly, it has a 120Hz Quad HD display, and comparing to today's standards, it still holds a similar specifications to the flagship devices. Be it social medias or as simple as scrolling things on your phone, it definitely adds on that soothing, smoothing experience while using the phone with the 120Hz refresh rate. However, the thing that is missing on this phone is the LTPO tech, which actually helps to save battery. But in terms of the screen experience, it is still a very enjoyable device to use the phone. Secondly, if I were to tell you that my phone has 512 gigs of internal storage with 12 gigs of RAM, it actually has more storage and RAM compared to some of the flagship these days. Common between now and then is the lack of microSD expandable storage, which is a little unfortunate these days to be missing away from the flagship devices. But till today, I have not fully utilized the 512 gigs of internal storage, and hopefully it stays that way for the rest of the time that I'll be using the phone. Of course, ROM and RAM has improved in terms of UFS 4 storage and DDR5 respectively, but if you do not transfer huge files, then this does not matter a lot to you. Next is the array of cameras at the back of the phone. One thing I like about the cameras is the wide selection of cameras. It has a main, ultra-wide and periscope lens. The periscope lens especially has been missing from the OPPO Find X3 and X5 series, but thankfully in Find X6 series, they included the periscope lens, and I'm very excited for it because not only it makes a return from it, it is also one of the brightest periscope lens in the market right now. And of course, the main and ultra-wide cameras are not lacking as well because sensor size have improved and computational photography has improved as well. As you can see from the sample photos, I could use the main camera to capture a landscape of a sunset photo, or the periscope lens to have a different framing for the same sunset photo. There is also another scenario of me using the periscope lens for the sunset, and in the evening time I could capture nice scenery photos and even that beautiful super tree at Gardens by the Bay during the night time. There are also two scenarios where I use the periscope lens to zoom in 10 times for the half moon shot, as well as the 60 times digital zoom of the full moon on one of the night. There is also the ultra wide camera which double ups as a macro lens, and this is a super close up of two different 5-cent coins that I have side by side. The OPPO Find X2 Pro is equipped with the Snapdragon 865, and it is a flagship processor back then, and if you were to compare with today's standards with the Snapdragon 600 and 700 series, it may be faster than those processors. And for the past 2 years with the Snapdragon 888 and 8 Gen 1, they are reportedly to be hot chips, so maybe it is a good idea that I actually stayed with the Snapdragon 865. However, the 8 Gen 2 seems to be a rather cool chips as seen from the flagship devices that are available right now, so maybe it is a time for me to upgrade the phone perhaps? In terms of the battery life and charging capacity, this phone has a 65W SuperVOOC charging, which is still relatively fast in the market these days. There are other companies that sticks to 25W and 18W charging, and the charge time is definitely slower than what I have right now. Of course, the latest OPPO Find X6 Pro has 100W SuperVOOC charging and a bigger battery of 5000 mAh battery. Mine is only 4260, but it still lasts me throughout the day, so this is something that I'm okay with. Lastly, I want to mention is software support. This phone still runs the latest Android 13 with latest ColorOS 13, and it has the latest March 2023 security update. This means I get to enjoy the latest Android and OPPO features, as well as a peace of mind that I'm not vulnerable from the latest security flaws. This shows the reputation that the company upholds in terms of its software supports, so good job OPPO on that aspect. So overall, I do foresee myself sticking with this phone for maybe the next 1 or 2 years more before I switch over to the next phone when the software support runs out, or if the battery somehow could not make it throughout the day anymore. It is normal for the battery to deteriorate over the years because that is the nature of lithium-ion battery. So yeah, this is my thoughts and opinions of having the OPPO Find X2 Pro as my main daily driver in 2023, and I feel that this is a pretty capable device. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, do comment down if you have any opinions, and do subscribe for future videos like this. Thanks for watching!